Alright, let's get started because I have a lot I want to say before I get started about this game. First of all, I want to be perfectly honest that the game came out on Friday. I did stream on Friday for about an hour and a half and I got bored with the playthrough. So I played my hour and a half and then I stopped. And I went back to old faithful, old reliable, what I know, what I'm comfortable with, which is BDSP. Also because I've been like really, for my playthrough, for my kind of playthrough, which is basically going beyond any kind of Pokemon playthrough I've ever done before, has been pretty awesome. Like I'm working my way towards collecting and having a Pokemon in a Pokeball for all of the National Dex Pokemon in BDSP. And so I've been really excited about that. I've been like organizing my boxes. I've been, organizing trades and figuring out what items I need to evolve certain Pokemon, all of these things. So, and I've also been breeding, and hatching eggs, which is something that these are things I've never done before, even though I've played like just about every generation of Pokemon that there's been since Gen 1. So this one, Pokemon Legends Arceus, is very different. And one of the first things I noticed, besides the fact that the tutorial takes about 2 hours to get through, and I have not gotten through it yet as far as I know, and I think I've done almost 2 hours of the playthrough. I think like an hour 45 minutes is what I have logged of the playthrough so far in this game, is the button pushing situation. Now, if you're a Pokemon person, you know that basically it's like mashing the A button. I mean, yes, you have to hit the X button but that's to get to the menu. But for the most part, you're just pressing the A button for just about everything you do, for battles you encounter, for conversations you have. All of those things, you're essentially just pushing the A button continuously throughout your gameplay. This one is not like that at all. It's like a whole new mechanic. You're pushing ZL, ZR, LR, Y, the plus button, and everything does something different, and you have to pay attention so much more, I think, than in any of the Pokemon games. This is not a game where I can just play passively while watching a TV show and having a TV show on in the background. I tried yesterday, failed. It's not possible to do that. This is a game where you need to have your headphones on, or you need to have your TV volume up. You need to hear every sound. You need to be paying attention to the game. You cannot be distracted by this game. And so for that reason, I know that anytime I do a playthrough of this, it will basically be here. I don't think I'm going to do like my other Pokemon games and have 2 playthroughs going almost simultaneously, because like with BDSP, I have my personal account and then I have my Brave Bird account, and I have 2 different accounts, and I'm not confused, distracted. It's not too much for me to have 2 different accounts under my personal name and then under Brave Bird. I think moving forward, because I have now my gamer account, that I probably won't use or create a game under my profile account. It will depend on what the game is and if I intend on streaming it. So for instance, my Animal Crossing New Horizons, I don't intend on streaming myself playing that game, so it is under my personal account and that's where it's going to stay. Pokemon Legends Arceus is under my gamer account, and I'm not going to do another play. I can't do a 2-hour tutorial of this. This is not a game that I can see myself saying, I want to play it over again after I've quote unquote completed it, whatever that completion may be. Also because I feel like the premise and the way this is set up, it feels like there is no end game, which I also want to talk about because I actually kind of like that it won't really feel like you're doing post-game stuff versus pre-game stuff. I feel like this game really does put everyone kind of on a level playing field, in that it is much easier to get shinies. I think this will probably be the first and only game unless they do another game in this series of games. I have a feeling that Pokemon Legends, this is Arceus, is the first of many. There will be a Pokemon Legends Lugia, maybe, or a Pokemon Legends X. Who knows, right? I have a very good feeling that that's going to be the case. And if they keep it in a similar playing field, then this might be the series. The Pokemon Legends might be the place where I end up getting a shiny. I'm paying attention, I'm listening, and I've seen through other people's playthrough um, that this is where a shiny for me is going to be possible to obtain, and I'm excited about that, about the opportunity, because there's no way that I'm going to do chain battles and everything to do some serious shiny hunting for I don't know how long it would take in like BDSP or even in Sword and Shield, which is apparently a slightly easier, simply because you can see the Pokemon and they're not like random encounters that you have to create yourself by going in the grass over and over and over again. Like that's not my idea of gameplay, to do something like that. The extent that I've done something like that is really with eggs breeding and hatching, is where I'm going back and forth in the same area to get these eggs to hatch quickly. Otherwise, I'm not doing shiny hunting in BDSP, but here I think I might. I like the idea of the storyline of the side quests and the missions. I think that's really cool. And again, because of that, I feel like this is almost pretty much a never-ending situation, because you can spend an entire day just doing the side quests, as many of them as possible, and just doing the research, and then doing the missions, week to week. Every week you do a new mission, but every day you do a bunch of those side quests and a bunch of research on Pokemon you've already caught without even encountering any new Pokemon, because you have to catch like 20 of the same Pokemon in different ways. You have to battle Pokemon, and you have to, battle them using specific Pokemon, using specific moves in order to build the research for each one. And the only thing that bothers me about all of that is the mechanics. I mean, look at the screen, for instance. It tells you all the buttons that you have to push to access different things. This is not normal for a Pokemon game. Really, I feel like now the only time I'm hitting the A button is when I'm talking to someone. Otherwise, I'm pushing other buttons to do other things. To check my Pokédex, it's the down arrow on the D-pad. To open, I'm hitting the A button. So these are the Pokemon that I've caught. The ones that are grayed out, I have encountered them. I've been in a battle with them, but I have not actually caught them. So my starter Pokemon is currently Rowlet. This is the research task that I have to do for each one, and basically the way it works is I need to end up catching 5 Rowlets at some point. So that means that somewhere in this game I'm going to come across more of them just in the wild. And then how many times I've seen it use leafage. Now I'm wondering if that's like if I'm in battle and I tell it to use leafage, if that counts. I think it does. And then the times I've seen it use a strong style move versus an agile move, which I don't know the difference. I don't understand that yet, so I'm going to be working on that. When I hit ZR, it takes me to, I don't know what that's taking me to actually. Okay, so these are all the Pokemon that I've seen in the entire Hisui region. Now I get it. And then here is all the Pokemon that I've seen and caught in the Obsidian Field. So each symbol on the top here on the right hand side are a symbol for a different area that I've been to. So obviously I've only been to one area. I've been to the Obsidian Fields. Again, I have not done very much yet. If I hit the A button, it will show me different things here. So it shows me where its habitat is. This is its picture, the foods it likes, the items it carries is not sufficient enough data. My research level is only research level 4. I think the highest research level you can hit is a 10. So once you hit research level 10, the amount of times that I encounter a Shinx in the wild and the rate at which it will I will encounter a shiny decrease. So right now it's that normal 1 and 4096. But the more research I do and all of these things, the lower that possibility becomes. And then if I hit what's called an outbreak, which is basically an area and a little area on in a region like the Obsidian Fields where there's a a bunch of that particular Pokemon, like let's say a Shinx. I have to get there, catch them all, and then one of them is likely to be a Shinx. Now, I've seen what people do is they say if you know that there's going to be a shiny there, because you should be able to hear it, there's a specific sound that chimes in the game when you encounter a shiny, when a shiny is in the area, that you need to save the game at that point right away, so that way if you try to encounter it and you kill it, or you don't, or you're not sure where it is, you can't find it, you can reset the game to that point. That shiny will still be there, allegedly. So I'm trying to gather what all of that means. At the same time, I'm really into my playthrough of BDSP, so this is very difficult. So what I'm gonna do is my BDSP that I was streaming on here, I'm no longer going to do. I am doing it under my streaming account, Bravebird. That's the one where like I've opened the national decks. I've got like almost 300 of the 480 plus Pokemon that I've seen. Right now, though, I'm working on obtaining the ones that I've seen and not just having them as a seen log in my Pokédex. I want to have a Pokeball beside that for every single one of them. So I'm not so every time I encounter a new one, obviously I catch it, but I'm also going back through my gameplay to get Pokemon that I've battled and figure out how I can actually capture them now that the National Dex has been opened up to me. That's taking a lot. I'm doing a lot of breeding because I need to get multiples of a certain Pokemon so that I can, keep the pre-evolution, the baby version, evolve it, and then take that evolution and evolve it if it's a third one, but then have all three versions. And then I'm organizing all of them into boxes, and I have this whole spreadsheet going. It's a whole thing. But for now, anytime I play Arceus, honestly, it's going to be on stream. It's going to be here because when I stream, I'm in my office, it's quiet, I'm wearing my headset, I'll have the volume up loud. There won't be any distractions. This is not a game that I feel like I can play downstairs in the living room with my dogs barking and my wife talking to me and all these things happening. It's just, I would not be able to pay attention. And like I said, this is a game, if you want to get it and if you want to play it, that you really need to be willing to pay attention. Otherwise, you're going to find yourself very frustrated very quickly, that you may not be moving along with the game as quickly as other people are. It really is a mentally intensive pay attention game. And I haven't even gotten to like battling the alphas or encountering alphas or any of that sort of stuff. So let's see how we go, because I'm not used to playing games where I have to push a bunch of buttons all at once or back to back, different buttons and stuff. This is going to be something that I'm going to have to learn how to do, because quite honestly, I guess the Pokemon games and like in many ways the Mario games as well have hindered me from being able to do stuff like that and be a multi-button pushing player, because the games that I've played have not required it. And that's the other reason why I want to play this way, is because, again, when I'm streaming, I'm using my Power A Fusion controller. And again, because of the nature of this game, I don't want to play it on my handheld. I want to have it on my big monitor so that I can have a bigger view of the screen. And as sad as it sounds, one of the things that I have to do... See, now, I don't know what this is on the top, what this means. Actually, I think I do know what it means. Let me just confirm it for myself real quick. Okay. No, I don't know. I don't know what the colorful Pokeball means on the top right. I assume that 11 means encounters, 7 means how... Yeah, I have no idea what the 1170 means. I'm gonna have to look it up because I don't know. Like, is there a place here where it'll help me understand? I'm trying to remember what I'm supposed to be doing. I think I have to go do more Bidoof as Starly encounters so that... Oh, am I glitching? I think I might be glitching. I need to reset the game. One thing that I kind of like, but again, something to get used to, but I am a bit used to it because of Sword and Shield, is using the right Joy-Con to move about, because you are able to do that, to use that mechanic in Sword and Shield, but only when you're in the wild area. So I am, you know, slightly used to it. Okay, this is going to bother me. I'm actually going to do a hard reset because it should not be behaving that way. Let me see if I have something open that I can afford to close if my computer is being laggy. Huh, it won't let me sign out. That's weird. Very weird. Yeah, there isn't, I don't have any other windows open or nothing except for this, so I'm gonna put it to sleep and then turn it back on again. Okay, now I feel like I'm not hearing sound at all. Where'd my sound go? Yeah, no, this is not gonna work for me. This sound is completely gone now. I'm gonna take it off the dock, put it back on. What is going on right now? I don't want to exit my stream. Wow, I don't know where my sound just went. Okay, I can't play this game if I don't have sound, so that's gonna be a problem. I mean, they all say they're active, so I don't. The only thing I could think of is I'm gonna have to exit my stream and go out and come back in, which I hate because I just did my whole spiel and it's gonna be a separate video from my stream if I do that. I mean, and I still feel like there's a bit of lag from when I'm pushing buttons here. What? Like, I had sound a second ago. All I did was decide to reset the game and that just totally, like, threw everything off. Oh, let me think. I'm gonna have to go out and come back in.